everyone, welcome back to the channel. And you know what? It's Wednesday and it's 3 p.m. That means all you beautiful people sitting out there are at work and I'm at home, and you get to listen to my voice talk to you about all the upcoming Transformers news that we've got planned for the next hour. And you also get to listen to me babble on for about 5 minutes about tformers.com, which brings to you this week's news, and also robotrecruits.co.uk, where you can find all your giant robot needs. That's right. That is right. 100% right. If you like giant robots, go check out Robot Recruits. Maybe it's in the name. It's really that simple. And if you're tired of drama in your Transformers news and you're slightly hungry, head on over to tformers.com and check out all the upcoming Transformers goodness with a side of bacon. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, A-Town. What's going on, man? Hope you're doing all right. Survive Fan Studios 23. MC DJ in the house. What's up? JSP. We got Big M in the house. Oracle here as well. Ultra Marcus. It's 3 p.m. I just went back in time. What's going on, Rachel? Let's see. Robot Recruits is here in the house as well. Welcome everybody in. Want to say, hey, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. And since I've already done the introductions, let's see. Let's get caught up. Let's just see what you guys are saying, because you guys are just loaded down the chat section already, and I love it. A-Town says, don't care for the sensationalized title. Let's see. Survive Fan says the term bankruptcy isn't mentioned in the post at all. It's just about their stocks. Absolutely correct. You know me with the when I do clickbaity titles, I tend to get them out of the way as soon as possible, because I genuinely feel bad whenever like if I do a clickbaity title and I forget, because I hate clickbaity titles, and I hate sitting there for like 15 20 minutes, however long the video is, right? And then the person who makes the video, whatever, the last 30 seconds is, you know, what the title is actually about. I hate that. So after introductions and stuff, I'm going to go straight into the Hasbro news before the Transformers news. So if that's what you guys are here for, you guys, you know, that's basically, if that's all you're here for, then get it out of the way. So don't take up all the time in the world for you guys. Let's see. MC DJ says, almost forgot that today was Wednesday, telling my boss to zip it while I chill with some Transformers and the homies. Well, I appreciate it, man. And if you need somebody to tell your boss to zip it, I don't mind being that guy. So that way you don't get in trouble at the very least, right? That's terrible. Ultra Marcus is saying hello to everybody in chat. Let's see. Rachel says, it's 1 a.m. where I am and my scripts are done. Awesome. Dang, 1 a.m. Where does that's got to put you? No, I don't know where that puts you in the world, because what, England is like 6 hours ahead. I don't know where that puts you, but that's awesome that your scripts are done. I'm glad. I'm honestly looking really forward to your stop motions there. Let's see. Rachel says, I know a lot of people complained about how Legacy Minosaur doesn't completely combine. But look how Combiner Wars turned out. Yeah, I mean, Combiner Wars, I love the Combiner Wars one because of the upgrade kits, and I have the perfect effects and stuff. And the stylization of Minosaur, I love it. My main problem with the Combiner Wars Minosaur is it. I don't know. It just doesn't work. I don't know. I mean, it's very G1 accurate-ish, but I don't know. There's something about it just doesn't sit well with me. Ultra Marcus is saying somewhere in Asia, maybe. Yeah. Also, Rachel would prefer a Legacy Bruticus, to be honest. I know I'm done with Hasbro, and if you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. I explained why Hasbro lost me as a customer, but I am going to admire what they do from afar. So I really am curious what they're going to do in the future for their next combiner. I'm thinking Superion, like Jay Holler was saying last week. I'm thinking Superion, but we'll see. We'll just see. We'll have to wait and see. So let's see. So real quick, we're going to 6 minutes of babbling, and I said already that I got to get this all set up. That's my fault for not doing it beforehand. So yeah, let's share the screen right here, and we'll say Hasbro shares hit a 5-year low after revealing that their sales are down because of price increases. You know, a friend of mine sent me this last night, and I'm gonna steal his quote. I'm gonna quote him, and he said, "Dear Hasbro, water is also wet." Like, I mean, you have 2 price increases. Your QC plummets through the floor, and you're expecting better sales. Like, it just doesn't work that way, man. It doesn't work that way at all, especially when it's artificial inflation. That's the thing. And another buddy of mine was telling me that as of 3 years ago yesterday, their stock was at $120, like in that range. So within 3 years, and this is post-COVID or pre-COVID. So within the 3 years time, they can't really blame COVID. I mean, I guess you can to a certain degree, but you can't fully blame COVID for all of the sale or the stocks dropping. So it says Hasbro is in quite a bit of trouble right now in terms of their stock prices. It is now around $65 mark, and it has not been this low in over 5 years' time. Just to give you an idea of how big a deal this is for investors, the company was worth $12.37 billion in May of this year, and now has dropped to $9 billion, losing $3 billion in a 5-month time. That is astounding. Now, 5 months time, that would put Chris Cox at CEO, because he took over in February. So yeah, that's just his plans, man. Like, if anybody has to take the fall, it's usually the CEO in cases like this. And it says, I'm just going to kind of skim through a lot of this. All the finance mumbo jumbo aside, the decrease has hit the news because it was directly impacted by what was said at the latest shareholder meeting for the third quarter, which just closed. Hasbro reported that sales were down due to increased price sensitivity for the average consumer. Basically, it means that due to higher prices than last year, people bought less than they did this year. Yeah, I mean, again, when your toys are, I think it's like 40 to 50% of the market are collectors now for Hasbro's products. We're going to start, I mean, kind of is what it is, when we start voting with our wallet and you're giving us the same quality figure and you're not giving us more for the money. And on top of that, we can see it all around on the toy aisles. McFarlane does a $20 figure and it's 7 inches and it's really heavy. And it comes with a bunch of accessories versus a Marvel Legend that's 23 or 25, depending on what time of the year it is. And it only comes with 2 hands and stuff like that, right? So when McFarlane is giving you more for your money, you're going to go with the person who's going to give you more for your money. That's just how it works, period, really, in anything. Let's see. Chris Cox, he explained on this point in a conference call Tuesday morning, saying that promotions have become increasingly important in driving product sales. The company reported high inventory, which is currently affecting retailers across the board. Hasbro said in an investor presentation that its inventory should help meet holiday demand. And that's why we're seeing a lot of pre-orders that are scheduled for March coming out in October, coming out in Q4, because they're trying to recoup this loss from this entire year. They're trying to make themselves look as good as possible to investors to get that $12 billion or get back to that $12 billion value. And I don't know, man, a couple of G.I. Joes and some Transformers and stuff being released early, you're rushing things to market. And when you do that, you have even worse QC issues. So what ends up happening is, you might get an increase at the end of this year, but next year you're going to end up suffering more because people are going to remember the G.I. Joes that came out bad or broken or whatever the case may be, right? And you're going to end up suffering next year because of it. And you're just going to keep repeating the cycle that until you plummet and, possible bankruptcy. So it happens, do better when people are telling you what they want. Do better. As prices and goods for supplies surge, the toy and game giant has increased prices for product like Nerf blasters and My Little Pony figures and all of their other figures across the board. Revenue for the period fell 15% compared to last year, dragged down by 35% decrease in entertainment revenue. Its Wizards of the Coast unit, which includes D&D and Magic the Gathering sales, declined 16%. And also earlier this year, it's not mentioned here, but their investors were trying to force Hasbro, not force, that's a strong word, but trying to convince Hasbro to separate Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro into two different entities. Hasbro refused, and we're possibly seeing the cost of doing what Hasbro decided to do here. Because it was suggested that if they did split, their revenue and their value would end up going past the $12 billion mark. So they just decided not to do it. And like I said, we're seeing the impact of it here. The company also pointed to several upcoming releases, including Marvel's Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and the company's own Transformers Earthspark, which the company will produce merchandise for during the Q4 and beyond. Okay. The Black Panther movie is highly anticipated with certain figures already out on the market. And Transformers Earthspark, I don't know if that's a good thing to count on or not, because no one has seen Earthspark yet. No one knows if it's any good yet. So them using Earthspark is definitely damage control here. With the holidays approaching, the toy maker said its plans to sell through inventory in the Q4 as it seeks to stick to its plans on focusing on fewer and bigger brands and more licensing. Obviously, that's talking about next year. And that was in, what did they call it? The Blueprint 2.0, whatever. They were talking about last week, something like that. And as you guys can see, here are the charts right here. This is what happens. Like I said it again, man. Raise your QC, lower your prices back down. Especially when the cost of everything across the board has started to level back out as far as production cost and material cost and everything else. It doesn't compute to still have your prices what they are, again, when everything else to make these products have dropped back down to pre-pandemic pricing. So Hasbro should drop their prices back down, and a lot of people would come back. And it's like I said in that Hasbro video, the Hasbro No More video that I made. And I explained there that they're not showing any goodwill towards the customers in any of this to guarantee customers being kept. In the long run, they just aren't doing that. They aren't keeping their prices low because of the QC issues being bad. They're raising prices. They're not respecting their customer, and respect is, a two-way street, right? So until that changes, I can definitely see a lot of people walking away and staying gone, especially when other companies are doing their brands and or Hasbro brands and Hasbro brands better. Case in point of Transformers, third party. Case point in GI Joe, we've got Super 7 coming out with their 80s cartoon accurate Ultimates line. So what else? Mafex does the some of the Marvel figures and stuff like that too. So if you're only looking for certain select characters, like the average consumer might be, your average Transformer collector who only wants a Motormaster might just get a third-party Motormaster and just be done with it. Same thing with anybody looking for a Cyclops or a Wolverine. They might just go get a Mafex figure just to have the representation of that character. And trust me, I know, I get it. $25, $30 is still cheaper than $100, but people also want stuff that lasts, and they also want to feel like they got value for their money. So yeah, a lot of stuff to take away here. Take away from a lot of this. The fact that they lost $3 billion in 5 months, that is very telling. And it's kind of scary because that's, that's scary for any company. That's it's a loss in jobs. That's a loss in revenue, obviously. That's a loss in the amount of product that you can create. That's a loss in loans, right? From these investment firms and companies and stuff. What they're willing to give you. So yeah, very, very, very scary kind of thing for Hasbro to go through. But yeah, so. And if you guys want to check out, it is up on CNBC, their finance area. It looks like right there. So if you guys want to check it out and read through it on your own, feel free. But yeah, so let's dive into, let's close this down and let's open up the other side of the news. And, before we do that, I'm going to go through and let's go through chat and see what you guys are saying. See if anybody new has joined us. Let's see. We got guys being super chatty. Ultra Marcus says, thanks for the epic customer service at Robot Recruits. Robot Recruits is killing it on customer service, man. Link to Robot Recruits is down in the description down below, along with T-Formers and along with my stop motion channel. So feel free to check all of that out. Show those guys some love. And yeah, that's really all I got to say. Rachel says, Ireland. Okay. I couldn't remember where, as I thought you had said it before, somewhere around that side of the world. So let's see. Robot Recruits says the sales story is unsurprising. Yeah, absolutely. It's like my buddy said, dear Hasbro, water is also wet. So, and also JSMe says, don't forget their environmental boxing strategy. That the environmental thing from Hasbro, is super hypocritical. But these investment firms like BlackRock and stuff, they're known for giving out more money for quote unquote environmentally friendly companies. And it doesn't matter the more environmentally friendly you are, the more money that you get. They're very known for that. So this is very much a move by Hasbro in order to get more money from the investment firms. But it's also it backlashes onto them because most of their products are made in China, and China is super, super high as far as CO2 emissions. They're the highest in the world. And there's just a lot more that Hasbro could do instead of just taking plastic out of the packaging. But that is a different story, I guess. And Rachel says they're not blaming COVID now. They're blaming Russia. Yep, we saw that when everybody was blaming Russia. They jumped on that. Ultramarket says you can see this in the store. The Arc for 99 pounds, Rodimus for 50 pounds, and even Motormaster have been heavily discounted. That is true. I did see here the Targets here. They had Pterosaur and Red Cog and the Bumblebee exclusive figures, the Dinobot, and I think the was it the 4-pack? I believe the 4-pack was part of it, but they were discounted too. Red Cog was at 25. Pterosaur, I think, was down to 17. And Dinobot was down to, I think it was 25 as well. And I don't remember what the 4-pack was at. But yeah, that's really, it is crazy. Rachel says, no offense, but at this point, Transformers should go to Disney. Hasbro ain't doing well. I don't think they should go to Disney because I will say this about Hasbro. Hasbro is very open when it comes to people when it comes to people using their properties and telling their own fan stories and stuff, like, you know, like stop motions on YouTube and fan stories and stuff like that. Disney is not known for that. Disney is very much, they would sweep in heavily and you know, and cancel all of that, you know. And that would be terrible, I feel like. So I feel like if Transformers was to go to somebody else, I don't know who it would go to, but I would want it to go to a more, you know, a very fan-friendly very fan-friendly company that is not Disney. And no offense taken by that. No, very much, I've said it before, this channel very much is freedom of speech, you know, so, you know, say what you want to say, man. It's cool. See, JSP says Hasbro's giving us a less for our money. If you look at the QC issues, 100% agree with that. Look at the new Galactus. The new Galactus, the head is coming in broken. It won't light up. I mean, it's a made-to-order figure, and I found when I found that out, I was like, oh, gee willikers, I can't wait for my Star Saber to come in and be stupidly yellowed. You know, it's like, it is what it is. And I mean, no, I won't say it is what it is because that's very dismissive, right? But it's definitely something that needs to be addressed by Hasbro going forward after losing $3 billion. Let's see. Hey, Vector Overlay, what's up, man? He says, hey there, yep, I'm cutting back on spending. Don't try to milk us for the money we don't have. Absolutely agree. Ultramarket says, I actually canceled my Shatterglass pre-orders and aim in talks to exchange what Shatterglass I have for some G1. Well, there you go, man. Yeah, I canceled my Shatterglass orders as well. And when I saw the Soundwave with $65, good night, man. That is obscene. Rachel says, give me for and against for why Transformers should go to Disney. I mean, they could do it justice. No, I don't think they would do. I don't think Disney would be bad at handling the property per se. I just think they would be bad handling it when it comes to the fans, right? So, like I said, with like fan stories and stuff, I think a lot of it would be a lot of the fan stuff that's on, like on YouTube and everything, would start to get taken down. Chauncey, what's up, man? Hope you're doing all right there, buddy. Let's see. JSP says, World Recruits, the everything should go to Disney strategy is a bad one as well. Then you're looking at monopolizing the toy market, and the end of the Monday Night War should show you otherwise. There you go. That's a very valid point. The Monday Night War between WWE and WCW. Let's see. Robot Recruit says Disney will rock Transformers. They have the resources, money, and know-how. Here's the thing, though. Like, my biggest complaint with Disney is, like, they can't make money on their own properties. You know, like, when's the last time, like, Mickey Mouse made any money? Everything is like Marvel and Star Wars and stuff. Like, they rely on things that are made by other people for them to make money. And I don't know. That's just not. I don't know. I just don't like that at all. I mean, it's one thing to buy it, and if you're still making money off of like I said, like Mickey Mouse or Goofy or Donald Duck or whatever, That's one thing. But it's almost like they solely rely on that stuff. And they might be afraid to do so because of the 90s situation, where everything got a sequel and became a trilogy. Um, it floundered really bad. So they might be kind of hesitant to pull the trigger on that. Let's see. Oracle says, moving TF to Transformers gets rid of the competition, which would then cause Disney to potentially charge more for the toy market or outright stop production altogether. That's a valid point. Ultramarcus says, I blame Biden. Hasbro was doing better under Trump. Oh, man. That's funny. Yeah, Oracle meant Disney, not Transformers under Transformers. Ultra Marcus asked, why Disney, though? Don't they own enough? Pretty soon, they'll own me. Oh, man. Let's see. Ultra Marcus does also say, Disney isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Seems they fracture the fan base on everything they touch. Absolutely agree with that, for sure. Robot Crude says, but if they respect a brand and help it grow in a fantastic way, I mean, there's definitely, I'm not going to say it's all negative when it comes to Disney or anything like that. It's just for me personally, the negatives outweigh the positives because like okay, look at it like this, right? So like if you look at from the toy perspective, like Star Wars, everything that Disney Star Wars doesn't sell that well. Original Star Wars and I'll say George Lucas Star Wars sells really well. Disney Star Wars, not so much. That's my main fear if they got Transformers would be like all the original stuff would sell. And there's a lot of original stuff, under Hasbro's marketing and brand for Transformers. But a lot of that would sell. But when they start introducing their own stuff, that's where it would start to tank and stop selling really well. And then it would just start being like a repeat, if that makes sense, of like Star Wars and what they're doing with that. Let's see. Rachel says that at JSP, the only issue with the MCU was that it is being stretched out. Just end it and restart the MCU at this point. I'll say this. I agree with Rachel on the MCU thing. Like, I can't miss you if you don't leave, right? It's been a decade. It's been a strong decade. Let it go. Let it die and leave it alone for another decade and go from there. Ultra Market says, looking forward to owning a Super 7 Bludgeon. Genuinely excited about that. Dude, you are not the only one. Dude, that Bludgeon looks fantastic. Devoid of Logic, welcome in, man. He says Hasbro would be better partnering up with third-party companies, giving them the rights to make their products. Both companies will profit, and consumers will be happy with better quality. Ooh, very nice take on that one, Devoid. That's very good. I do agree with that. Oracle says, in fact, everyone in here who loves Transformers would be dropped instantly from Disney as they try to monetize and gain new consumers. Versus marketing to the original fan base or making the original fan base happy. That's very true. Disney's kind of known for doing that as well. Let's see. Rachel retorts, says, Oracle Dreams, you're acting like having new fans is a bad thing. I don't think new fans are not a bad thing, not at all. And I don't think that's what she's saying, Rachel. I think what she means is like it's the alienation of the original fan base. It's not. It's essentially like replacing the original fans with like newer fans, and it's not newer fans and older fans becoming one as a fan base. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what she means by that. Ultra Marcus says, I don't want to be called a bigot for Disney for the 50th time. For not liking some creative decision they made. That's a fair point as well. Does Robart Cruz says Hasbro have their own studios? I think so. I think Hasbro Studios is still a thing for like video games and stuff. I think so. Let's see. Oh yeah, Oracle says right here, says new fans aren't bad. It's when you drop the people who started the fandom is what's bad. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Ultramarcus says new fans equals good. Alienation of original fans equals a bad. Yeah, I definitely agree. I see. What's up, Rico Red Star? He says Hasbro bankruptcy. No, man, that's a clickbaity title. Not even gonna lie about it. But we did go over Hasbro's financial reports, and they've lost $3 billion in 5 months. So when you start to see things like that, it is the start, could possibly be a start of a company going bankrupt because investors start to lose interest in loaning them money. Especially, like I said, $3 billion in 5 months is a hell of a drop. They went from $12 billion valued company to $9 billion in 3 or 5 months. And that's all under Chris Cox's CEO leadership. So we'll definitely see how that goes if Chris Cox is there for too much longer. Let's see. Ultra Marcus says, does this buddy of yours have his own Thursday live stream by any chance? No. It is not Gotbot, but check out Gotbot's live stream because Gotbot's going to have some stuff to say about this tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Not too sure how that breaks down in y'all's time zone, but Gotbot goes live at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So check your local time and listings. Let's see. Oracle says, and being open about alienating the existing fan base is what Disney does best because they know that they can get away with it due to people's nostalgia with the company. The scary thing is, like, when they do that is the old fans have already become alienated and they don't want to go back. And the new fans are just there. I won't say new fans, like the replacement fans are kind of there for long enough to stick around for a cup of coffee kind of thing. And then they're gone. It's like the new hotness type of situation, right? And like I said, and then they're gone. And that leaves the brand tainted and like unattended. And that's definitely a bad thing. Let's see. Ultra Marcus says Disney are Olympic class fan baiters. Oh, dude, they insult the fans, then ride the backlash right to the bank. Yeah, that's very true. Let's see. JSP says not just Disney. That seems to be the MO for a lot of these companies. That's very true too. Let's see. Rachel says, I know someone at Hasbro who says that they can't stop PvP because there's millions of employees in the factory and millions of figs on the assembly line. It gets hard to do. Yeah, absolutely. Could definitely see that being the case. And honestly, too, like I've always kind of thought of PvP since a lot of these companies are moving more towards like influencer type of models. I always kind of thought like PvP was just free advertisement for Hasbro's products. And Hasbro might be kind of looking at them the same way. Like, okay, if that figure made it to retail, we just lost because he took it or somebody took it and he bought it or whatever. Whatever he does, right? But because they couldn't sell that figure, Hasbro lost $25, but they gained the sales of potentially 100,000 people just looking off the viewership of going off the viewership of the video. Hasbro may have gained 100,000 sales of that one figure if they liked it or didn't like what they saw. So I can definitely see that being the case as well. Let's see. What's up, Princeton Phalanx? Disney would be bad. They are killing the Star Wars and Marvel properties. Yeah. Let's see. I'll say this, like full disclosure, I haven't been a fan of the MCU since Doctor Strange. And I didn't really care for the Endgame movie. I didn't, and it's mainly because I didn't care for what they did to Thanos, right? Nowhere near the depiction of what he should have been from the comics. Or what he was in the comics was not what he was in the movies, and that just didn't sit well with me. So, let's see. We got Rachel says the MCU was good at first. It should have ended after Endgame. Let's see. Vector Overlay says when is a monopoly actually good for us? Transformers going to Disney? No, thank you, please. Crazy talk. Let's see. What was it? I forgot the guy the name of the creator of capitalism, but he said capitalism only works when it's regulated, and monopolies, that's unregulated. You can't. I mean, monopolies are regulated. You can't be a monopoly in this country or in the U.S. But so in that regard, it's regulated. But if monopolies were allowed, you couldn't regulate a company at that point. Let's see. Rachel says, I mean, it is a fanboy dream, but we could have official Transformers and Star Wars crossovers, but I can dream. I will say this. I would love to see a Millennium Falcon crossover and it actually be like the size of the original 70s Millennium Falcon. So essentially a Titan class Millennium Falcon be a Transformer and be its own character, and its name be like Falchion or Falcon or Falcon or Falcone. Like pronounce it a little bit differently, right? But he turns into the Millennium Falcon. That would be sick, dude. That would be super, super sick. I agree. Rachel says, found a Laser Prime in GameStop for €100. I don't know what that translates to, or equates to US wise. So is that a good price or is that a bad price? It's a fantastic figure. I was just curious on if that's a good price for you guys or not. Hasbro would still own G.I. Joe. I mean, judging by what Hasbro is doing with G.I. Joe, to me, it just doesn't seem like they have a whole lot of interest in doing much with G.I. Joe. I don't know. Okay, so that translates to 70 USD. Okay. I don't know. As over here after tax, he's about 60. So I guess that would include shipping costs and stuff like that to your country and everything. So it doesn't seem too bad, maybe. What's going on, Bert the Stormtrooper, man? Welcome in. It says 100 euros equals $97.74. So let's get the T-Formers website up here, and let's talk about the Transformers. I mean, even more so than we already have. Yeah, we got Transformers Studio Series Rumble, the blue one, core class in-hand images. I think this little dude looks pretty cool. I will say I am disappointed by no elbow articulation. They were able to give it to who came with Blaster? Was it Eject that came with Blaster? They were able to give it to him. I don't see why they couldn't give it to Rumble. But hey, either way, I think this little dude does look pretty cool. We do see a lot of hollowness here in the back of the figure, but again, a figure that size, you're going to run into potential issues trying to give him a flap and stuff back there as far as cost goes, not necessarily transformation goes. But yeah, I think he looks pretty cool. Really, really sweet looking dude. And we've already seen that, yes, these are compatible with the Siege Soundwave and Kingdom Blaster and the Walmart Soundwave. So your modern day Soundwaves, these are compatible with. They are just updates essentially from the Siege versions. They're not retools, but they're just updated versions of them. And we've got the Daily Prime. And if you haven't seen the Daily Prime, that means you're not on T-Formers. Go check out tformers.com. Transformers, Earthspark, new images, Megatron, Optimus Prime, and more. So we got a quick one-step changer, Optimus Prime here. It looks like, let's see. I got a question for all the parents out there. Do your kids enjoy the one-step changers more, or do they enjoy the I guess like the regular style Transformers? I'm curious. We've got Bumblebee here. Bumblebee's transformation looks pretty average. It looks like he's just got a single leg here, like no real knee articulation to really kind of speak of. Kind of disappointing on that. But I guess they're trying to stick with these simple transformations for the kids. He does come with his human counterpart character down here as well. Nice to see humans are finally getting included once again with these figures. And she does get a Bumblebee style backpack, which does come off, I guess comes off a Bumblebee somewhere, maybe, or maybe it just might be just an extra accessory, something for her to kind of fly around with. Now this is this is what I'm most excited about for this line right here is the Megatron. I love when they give Megatron an alt mode that is not a tank or a gun or something. They think outside the box. Like I said, animated, him being a helicopter, loved it. Machine Wars, he was a jet, loved it. Super, super cool idea here. And I love the way this alt mode looks. You can kind of get an idea of how he transforms here. Yeah, pretty cool stuff, man. I'm curious. Are you guys going to pick up any of the Earthspark stuff? Let me know in comment section. All that good, crazy stuff, man. You do you. And so we got Transformers Rage Battle, new RPG mobile game, train Autobots and Decepticons. So a new mobile game coming out. Cool. I don't really play mobile games. So until Transformers get back on console, that's not for me, unfortunately. Transformers Studio Series 95 NES Bone Crusher in hand images. Speaking of Prime versus Prime, looks like he's got his review up as well, man. I don't know. Like I've said before, I don't do Bayformers. I do think this looks pretty cool. Looks pretty accurate to me aside from the coloring and stuff. Does look kind of accurate. It hits the silhouette, I should say, in terms of what Bone Crusher looked like in the movie. We got him here pictured next to the Fallen, and I guess Revenge of the Fallen Prime, maybe. And then Bumblebee, and then I guess Nest Bumblebee. Yeah, I don't know. I got a feeling, man, if you guys are into Bayformers, I don't see why people wouldn't be excited about this. But then again, I don't do the Bayformer Studio Series line, so I don't know. But if you guys are excited for it, let me know. Let me know. Daily Prime, again, Transformers G1 Optimus Prime, a cookie jar. If you guys aren't on T-Formers, you guys are missing this stuff. GotBot counts down the top 10 overpowered one-bar Arsenal Transformers. Go check out GotBot's channel. Let's see, Rumble, Decepticon, Rumble, Studio Series 86 Rumble, the blue version, core Decepticon pre-orders now open. So go grab him. Again, just telling you guys, be forewarned. The teal, the plastic that they make the teal out of does yellow. Ramjet, the G2 Ramjet has had yellowing issues as well. So just give you guys a heads up before you pre-order on that. Toy Hacks decal set for Motormaster trailer. Let's see, Legacy Evolution Armada Hotshot. Let's take a look at this, and I'm gonna get caught up on chat real quick before let's get caught up on chat real quick before I take a look at that. It's Kato. What's up, Kato, man? Hope you're doing all right. Let's see. Let me scroll up on real quick. Scroll up, trying to see where I left off with you guys. Okay, here we go. Rachel says, Rumble is blue, Frenzy is red. If you disagree, fight me. All right, Rachel, put your boxing gloves on. Let's hit the ring. Let's see. Bert says, ejects elbow fund went into Rumble's paint. Let's see. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Let's see. Scroll through. Bert Stormtrooper says, coming from the Optimus Prime guy, that is a nope in terms for the one-step changer. Oracle says, your nephew likes the one-step Whoop bot, but he's 3. Or Wobot. Yeah, that's right. He calls them Wobots. Robot Crew says, a Frumble is definitely blue. Let's see. Kato says, what's going on in here? Everyone's selling their Hasbro stock? Yup, you know it. Vector Overlay says, my son preferred the one-step changers when he was about 5, but now he's 7. He likes the regular deluxes, but he doesn't transform them. Interesting. So do you get him 2 of each figure, so you can have like a jet one and then a robot one, and then you transform them for him? Or do you just transform the figure? Or do you just buy one and transform the figure for him, like when he asked or something like that? Let's see. Rachel says, no, my cousin doesn't like the one-step changers. He is 5 and can do the Revenge of the Fallen leader, Optimus Prime. That is proof. One-step changers are not needed. I do agree, because I will say this, like, when we were growing up, I'm almost 40, right? So when I was growing up, the G1 Transformers were the only thing that were out. And we didn't really have one-step changes. I mean, we have Transformers with simple transformations, Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, stuff like that. But, we did also have things like that had like deluxe class engineering, like Optimus Prime or Starscream, stuff like that weren't really simple per se, especially back then. So yeah, that's my thought. Ultra Marcus says, "Oh my, it's Kato," and yes, I think we're selling it / burning all of our Hasbro stock. Let's see. Ultra Marcus says, "I've never been more interested in third party. Gonna dip my toe in after Christmas." Oh, dude, I can't wait. And Ultra Marcus, you gotta let me know what figures you get. I cannot wait to see what you end up getting as your first third party figure. I am really genuinely curious. Let's see. Robot Recruit says, "Has anyone in the U.S. seen Studio Series Core Class Laserbeak yet?" I have not. I'm assuming you're talking about the pink one. The Bayformer one, I have not as of yet. Rodimus Primal, man, what's going on, buddy? He said, "So bankruptcy, huh? I guess this is because of their Q3 report. Newsflash, bad inflation in the middle of a recession causes people to spend less." You're absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what the bankruptcy, what the title is for. 100%. I addressed it I started addressing it in like first 10 minutes of this live stream, but absolutely correct in that regard. It's like I keep saying it, like my buddy said, newsflash, Hasbro, water is wet. So yeah, I don't know. It's pretty funny. Let's see. Oracle says, "I don't know what the difference between Rumble and Frenzy, but I will tattoo the one awkwardly running while holding Megatron's gun from the movie." That is the blue one. That would be, as far as the movie goes and G1 cartoon goes, that would be Rumble. So yeah. Let's see. Rodimus Primal says, "Just remember, Fear Rib Frenzy is red, Rumble is blue. I'm a fib rear guy myself." But that's why, honestly, that's why I love the idea of they don't even know who they are. They just swap names. Let's see. Kato says, "Gonna buy some third-party deformation diapers." Let's see. Ultra Marcus says, "Fear Rib." He is a Fear Rib guy. All right, so let's check out this Legacy Evolution Hotshot official in-hand images. I gotta say, man, I do like the way this Hotshot looks. Just looks absolutely cool. I still don't understand why he does not come with Jolt. He does come with the gun, like a gun, which we see right here. He's pew-pewing. I know people are saying this is too inaccurate. It is to a certain point. His arms right here on the inside are not yellow. But his fists are black instead of blue. The original toy had like a dark blue on the fist and feet, and instead of the black. So I mean, it's as toon accurate, I guess, as it's going to get. But like I said, they should have added the yellow to the inside and under the forearms to give it a more 100% toon look. Here we go. We see him with the defeated Starscream holding the Star Saber up, which he held for a while in the anime. The Transformers Armada, and he's got his big pew-pew jolt bazooka thing right here, clips on the back. I really do like the way this figure looks. I know Jay Holler was saying that the legs look wonky to him. I don't know. Maybe it's the angles and stuff like this that I'm seeing here. And in the pictures that they've shown off so far, I don't really see an issue with them. But like I said, it looks, I mean, some stuff could be hidden in there as well. But yeah, I think it looks super, super cool. Absolutely freaking awesome here. Let me know if you guys are excited for the Armada Hotshot. Transformers, go! Episode 16. Decisive battle between the Autobot and the Decepticon army. So right here, it's up. If you guys are reading this, feel free to check it out on tformers.com. Read more Transformers news? Absolutely. Adam Savage tests the Robeson Optimus Prime and trailer exclusive preview. Let's see what else we got. Legacy Evolution Scrapbook with needle nose in-hand images and a video. Let's see, we got courtesy of Prime versus Prime. Yeah, I think he's a deluxe class. You guys, you can just scroll down and we'll see. I think this guy looks super sick as well, man. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't like the fact that he's like a weaponizer, but Jay Holler was saying that you can transform him without taking him apart. And that's a plus. But yeah, there we go right here. I do like that he is smaller than the other ones. It gives some, varying size to the Junkions. And I think that's a really, really cool idea. And I just really do love his design. It's super, super cool. Here he's standing next to Netflix Wheeljack or Earthrise Wheeljack, whichever. Studio 86, Hot Rod, Earthrise, Optimus Prime. And we got the alt modes, the motorcycle, the little baby truck. Now, he should be bigger because he is a tow truck in his alt mode. Or maybe he's a tow car. Like, either way, he should be bigger than the motorcycle, right? But it's really, really hard to do scale in robot or in car mode for a lot of these things. Here we got Needle Nose, and like I said in the Hasbro No More video, I voted for him. I love Needle Nose so much. We do think the backpack here is painted gray over blue plastic. At least the nose cone area is. A lot of gray plastic on this guy as well. If you guys, again, I warn of yellowing plastic here. Just something to be on the lookout for because it is a gray plastic. But yeah, I think both of these look super good. Super, super neat, man. Let's scroll back and let's check out some more news. Earthspark, new in-package images of what they're going to look like. So here we go. We got Transformers Bumblebee. Keep scrolling down. More Bumblebee package artwork and stuff. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's packaging, it's box art. Most of the stuff's going to get thrown away. They are doing a Build-A-Figure of Mandroid. This is this would be the third time Transformers have done a Build-A-Figure. So here we go. We got Elite 1 right here. I don't know, man. The only real figure I think looks really good out of this line is the Megatron. Elite 1, I can give or take at this point. We've had so many of her at this point. I do like the fact that she's like a Hummer type of off-road thing. That's pretty cool. My favorite Elite 1 figure they've done so far is the Power of the Primes Jet one. I do like the fact she's a little bit bigger. But yeah, like I say, I don't know. The only one that I'm liking so far is the Megatron. We see the one-step changer plastics or a plastic-free package box. And yeah, I don't know. If you guys are excited for it or into this, man, let me know. These little figures look pretty cool, especially in their alt mode. I dig that. All right. Edgelord's gonna edgelord. Let's see. Keep scrolling through. We got another Optimus Prime Warrior Class Prime here. We got the new logo right here with the Autobot logo built into it. Yeah, so it's got some real basic packaging news and stuff right here. You guys excited for this? Let me know. TF Nation UK Transformers Convention returns for 2023. Let's see. We promised we'd do our best for you. It's taken a little energon and a lot of work, but today we're delighted to confirm TF Nation will return in 2023. TF Nation 2023 will be rolling out from 11th to 13th August 2023 at the Hilton Birmingham Metropole Hotel in Birmingham, UK. Announcements regarding tickets, guests, and discounted bedrooms will follow as we move towards the event. That's awesome. That is awesome that it's live in person once again. I know a lot of people were disappointed the last couple of years. I mean, for good reason, and it's good reason and good understanding on why it wasn't in person the last couple of years. So it's really exciting that they're moving forward with this. Daily Prime, again, over on tformers.com. Go check out Bacon's Daily Prime post if you haven't already. Hasbro Pulse Premium Fan Stream coming October 27th. It says, Hasbro Pulse Premium members, join us for an exclusive live stream from 1027 Hasbro HQ with behind-the-scenes content reveals and select product drops. Already a Hasbro Premium Pulse member, You're all set. RSVP below and keep your eye on your inbox. If you're not a Hasbro Pulse member yet, don't miss out on this exclusive event. Become a Hasbro Premium Pulse today to get the invite. Meh, I'm good. I don't really feel the need to spend money just to spend money. You know what I'm saying? Like $50, just to get like early access to stuff. No, I'm good. But if you guys are a premium member, are you guys going to do this? Are you guys looking forward to it or what? Let me know. And here we got the biggest news that dropped last Thursday. Let's see. We got Transformers Buzzworthy G1 Hound, Dark of the Moon, Hatchet leaked images. So here we got Hatchet. Don't know anything about this. I mean, it says Dark of the Moon. I don't remember him in the movie, so oops. And here we've got Earth Hound. And he's obviously based off of the Siege mold. I mean, I could take this or leave this, to be honest with you. I still say that if you are looking for an Earth mode Hound, get the Classics Universe, whatever 2.0 version. It's still a fantastic figure, still holds up really well. And I mean, that's just my personal opinion on it. I didn't really, I thought the Siege Hound mold worked better for the Cybertron Defense Hotshot than it did for Hound. And I still stand by that. So I'm not really, like I said, I can take this or leave this. This is meh to me, but I know people are excited about it and for it, just to get an Earth mode Hound. I will say that I do like the coloration here on this Hound. It's more of a brighter green instead of the darker green. But yeah, so if you guys were waiting for that, this has been a long-standing rumor for a long time. Not too sure why it's going to be a buzzworthy Bumblebee, but I'm pretty sure they're basically using, it's obvious, they're using the buzzworthy Bumblebee line at this point to basically put figures, like chug scale figures out there that they wouldn't be able to fit into the other lines, right? So, but yeah, if you guys are excited for the Hound, let me know, man. And we'll click back and Legacy Evolution Deluxe Neonos concept images and design notes. You guys know I absolutely love this stuff. So we'll scroll down and we will see. So looks like they may have changed, added some details to the legs and the arms and stuff here. Some sculpting details and everything. Again, man, the articulation on this guy is nuts. I do wish his target masters were better. I do think it's a shame that we've taken a step back in terms of engineering on target masters. But I guess that is what it is. It's, you know, it's the Transformer world that we live in nowadays. I don't know or quite understand as of yet why the forearms needed to be hollow. So it doesn't look like they fold, the hands fold into the forearms or anything. So I'm really unsure as of that. It might still be for transformation. Maybe, you know, something on the side pokes out or something like that, and that just kind of, it goes into there. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess. It looks like he's super well balanced as well. But yeah, man, dude, I dig this figure. I really, really do. Love me some Needle Nose. Yeah, we got to look at the jet mode right there. It doesn't really look like that his forearms really do much of anything as far as, well, I mean, you can't really tell. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, super cool stuff, man. And now here we come. Finally, Transform and Rollout TR02, Commander of the Stars, Toy Photography by I Am No Fire. This guy is freaking awesome. Cybertron, Optimus Prime, finally getting the third-party love. You guys don't know who Transformer Rollout is. Their first release was Jazz. I believe it was last year. This guy, this Optimus Prime that you see here, has been in prototype stage for what feels like to be far too long. It is based completely off of the Cybertronian toy and cartoon or anime. And 54 centimeters. I believe if I did my math right, it's like close to like 3 feet or something like that, right? Huge, massive wingspan. Let's just say that. But yeah, as you guys can see, this is not based on the Siege version of what is it, Galaxy Upgrade Prime. This is solely the Cybertron Prime. Dude, I love this thing. I think it looks fantastic. It is retailing right now for $180. It does light up. It is, again, massive, roughly like a 3-foot wingspan, if I remember correctly. Maybe it's like 2.5, something. Either way, that's still a massive wingspan. You're going to need a lot of space. I mean, think about it like this. I think that makes him as wide as Unicron, the HasLab Unicron, or close to it or something. Just a massive, massive bot, massive figure. He does light up. The Matrix lights up. His pew-pew guns light up. Give him some pew-pew action. We do get the space truck, flying truck mode. Just really cool stuff here, man. I've said it before. It is a fantastic time to be a Transformers fan. Whether you do third-party Hasbro, Legends, Masterpiece, whatever it is that you do, it is a fantastic time to be a Transformers fan. But yeah, this thing looks absolutely stunning. I am in for it. And it's supposedly coming out, I think, the end of October, I think it said. Something like that. It says, coming soon is a totally new version, 11 inches tall in combined mode. The figure that has 5 modes, 140 points of articulation, 20 gears, rubber tires, lights, and more will be shipping sometime in October or later as in 2022. So anywhere between now and the end of 2022 is what it sounds like. Man, guys, you guys let me know, man. Am I the only one in on this? I love this. I know Bert's in on it. If Bert's still here, I'm sure he's still in on it. Or he'll be in on it for sure. Let's see. Let me scroll up and get it on chat. But I think that catches us up for the entire week, man, as far as Transformers news goes. Let's see. Scrolling up on chat, man. You guys have been super chatty. Let's see. It's a good thing. Let's see. Rodimus Primal says, better solution on Cybertron / Siege Toys. They were fib rear. They came to Earth and changed colors. Yeah, that works. I'm down for that. Kato says, speaking of inflation, I had tacos for lunch and my gut is inflated. Oh, dude, that's great. Ultra Marcus agrees with Rodimus Primal. Absolutely. I mean, it's really good to call. A really good idea. I like it. I dig it. Let's see. Rachel says, at Rodimus Primal, how's the move? And B, what's the next retrospective? Okay. Let's see. Big M says, you can't bend Hotshot's knees without mistransforming the leg kibble. Oh, dude, that's a bummer, man. Oh, okay, that's what Jay Holler was talking about then. I got you. All right, dude, that sucks. MC DJ says, I wonder if Hasbro Pulse live streams will now have super chat options. Dude, I don't know. I think that would be terrible of an idea if it did, because, man, that's kind of like dishonesty from the corporation in a sense, right? Like, oh man, I don't know about that. Rodimus Primal says, truck finally arrived today, still packing. Awesome, dude. I'm glad that's going good for you, Rodimus Primal. Let's see. Kato says, gotta head out, gotta go to Target and buy the Transformers y'all don't want anymore. All right, later, Kato. See, Bert says, I can't wait for the Toy Hacks Toe Mater sticker set for this guy. Dude, that would be freaking awesome, man. That would be hilarious. I'd love it. Rachel says, as TJ Omega would see, he comes with the big cannon he uses after Jolt pokes onto his ass. That's true. Lego my ego, Kato. Ultramarcus says, to be fair, that Junkion tow truck, I think it's Retgar who was too big. That is fair. I will say that I do think that Retgar was a little on the big side as well. I will agree with you there. Let's see. Robot Recruit says, Rumble and Frenzy are like miscellaneous twins. They consistently just keep switching colors. Even the Decepticons don't know who they are at any one time. See, that's what I'm saying. I love that idea. Because it adds, not only because it adds to the idea, Decepticons, right? Deception, right? But it's just a really neat idea that they're the only two who knows. And then, like, if they're getting, like, interrogated, they can just easily switch. No, man, you got the wrong guy. and then prove it. Like their whole gimmick is I'm that guy and I'm not this guy, and then the other guy's not that guy and he's that guy. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a really cool idea. Rodimus Primal says that Retgar is perfect in scale. He doesn't transform into an Earth motorcycle for humans to ride. He transforms into a motorcycle for Transformers to ride. That's a very fair point as well. Legacy Elita 1 is the best one so far. Let's see. Yeah, Ultra Marcus, I'm with you on that one. Never really saw it like that either. So yeah, it's a fair point. Rodimus Primal, Toys Earthspark doesn't interest me. Show is fun so far. Can't say more. Can't say more yet. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching it. And like I've said, if the first couple episodes hook me, I'm 100% in. But I mean, if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Like I'm definitely giving the show a chance, 100%. Let's see, Robot Recruits, will the Pulse stream be another tour of their office block? I don't know. Is that what they did last time? I know they did one of those like last year or so. Let's see. Rodimus Primal says, if they made articulated in scale with legacy human figures, I'd buy them official or third party. Yeah, I would want them to be like at least like there's a lot of missed opportunity here, right? Like if you look at the Dinots, they could do 1-inch human Transformer figures out of like the Dinot mold. And that doesn't even have to be Hasbro doing it. It could be Takara who does it. And do like a little crossover thing. Or they can do like 3 3/4 off the G.I. Joe bucks. Or they can get really crazy with it and do 6-inch figures off of the G.I. Joe bucks. I'm just down for human characters in general. Because it'd be really cool if they did it off 6-inch or the 3 3/4 inch, because it can merge in with your G.I. Joes and you can have like this giant human like cross-play type of situation. I think that'd be really cool. Princeton says, I'm curious to see how his alt mode will look. Hey, Bombshell, what's up, man? He was chasing Bumblebee in the chase scene. Ultramarcus says, that's an awesome looking hound, but I've never bought a 2-pack where I didn't want both figures. See. Rachel says, gotta go. The fire alarm was damaged at work, so I have a lot of Zoom calls. Oh, man. All right. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next Wednesday, man. Rodimus says, Hound is a must-buy for me. Colors, Earth mode, already great base fig. It's awesome. See. Bert still, people still say Chug. Yes, 100%. I still do. I mean, it's still, Generations is still on the packaging. So, let's see. Robot Recruit says, yep, Chug is still going. Most figures are still officially under the Generations banner. There you go. Yep. Ultramark says, Nino Lowe's looks like a small deluxe, which can be fine. That's my fear for that figure, is that he's going to be small, like a smaller deluxe and not a larger deluxe. But I will say that when Hasbro started doing the in scale look, if you look at Impactor, if you look at the bigger deluxes, the Ironhides, the Impactors and stuff, they were hollow like Needle Nose. So that kind of gives me faith that Needle Nose will be on the bigger side of the deluxes, more so than the smaller side. Because at the very least, I think he should scale with Spinister. I don't think he should be bigger or taller or shorter. He should be eye to eye with Spinister. I think that'd be great. Bert says 54 centimeters as far as the Optimus Prime goes is 21.25 inches. There you go. So not quite 2 feet. Just under 2 feet. Yep. Let's see. And I was saying 3 feet. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was 2 or 3. Robot Recruit says, I love those light up features. Dude, that Prime looks so good. Remember when Transformers had lights and sound? Yeah, I do. Super, man. I miss gimmicks on Transformers. I really, really do. And I know I'm in the minority on that, but let's see. Bert says, hell yeah, I'm in on this. Hell yeah, man. I figured you might be. Robot Cruz says, smash that like button, folks. And absolutely. And that does it for this week's TF Transform. I was going to say TFT, but it ain't Friday yet. That does it for this week's Transformers news. Hope you guys had fun listening. I had fun doing it. And yeah, As always, check out the links down in the description below. We've got robotrecruits.co.uk. We've got tformers.com. And we also got my stop motion channel where I do all my stop motion Transformer stories. Working on, as of right now, Yellow Jacket episode 2. Currently building sets and doing all kinds of stuff for that as of right now. I just did re-upload season 5, episode 5 for Transformers Generation 1. So you haven't seen that, go check that out. It's super easy to find. It's right there in your face. And yeah, let's see, Ultra Marcus, see what you guys are saying real quick. See you next time, Input. See you, gang. Take care of yourself. Vector Overlay, thank you for the stream. Till next time, later, take care of yourself. And Bert says, see ya. And just like that, guys, I will leave you with this message that I leave you every single week, man. Take care of yourself, right? And your mental health, man. That is so important to take care of both of those things, okay? Yeah, don't want to see anything happen to anybody out there, any of you guys. And as always, like Ultra Marcus, he beat me to it, man. But as always, take care of yourself, guys, and cut it out.